First of all, I find it a little bit difficult to understand why Transco is the one passing judgment on the performance of NGCP. I'd like to believe, Mr. Chair, it should be ERC who should be advising us on the aspects and the pertinent indicators for us to understand whether or not NGCP performed well in accordance with the role. Kasi, Mr. Chair, I think it is better for us to determine which performed better in relation to the grid performance. Nung panahon ba ng Transco o nung panahon na ng NGCP? This is more understandable for us. Lawmakers, kaya naming intindihin ito, ma'am, but I don't think you are in a position to pass judgment on the performance of NGCP. Kayo po ang may-ari niyan eh. Kayo ang may-ari, pero sila po yung operator ngayon. But I think, and Madam ERC, kayo po ang kayo po ang merong role dito eh. But before that, Mr. Chair, I think you made the opening salvo and said that the very purpose of this hearing is for us to determine or to lower the rates of electricity in this country. If that is the primordial objective, I believe, Mr. Chair, the cost share of NGCP in the entire electric bill of our people is only 3%. 52% still in generation. 25% is in distribution. So if we are serious enough in focusing our attention and reducing the electricity in this country, let us focus on which area takes up the largest share. Dapat sa generation tayo eh. Pero ang daming problema po, Mr. Chair eh. I already pointed out this to the BOE. Noon po, ERC muna. If we wanted to reduce the electricity in this country, let me ask the ERC, bakit hanggang ngayon po wala kayong regulations on aggregation? Bakit yun ating pong ARCOA hindi nyo pinatutupad? This is where we can reduce our electricity. Retail competition and open access is a provision in EPIRA that we have not seriously considered. Ilan po yung nag-migrate from the captive market of Meralco? Ilan po kaya? Napakalaki po ng relation nito, Mr. Chair. If we are really serious to lower the electricity in this country, kailangan po nating i-implement po yung EPIRA. Nandun po yung sinasabing retail competition and open access. So, alam po ba ninyo kung ilan ang nakaka-graduate or migrate from the captive market of Meralco para contestable market na sila? Wala naman kayong report eh. What about aggregation? There are no rules on aggregation here. Pagkatapos ni-raise po namin ang issue way noon pa, you suddenly adopted a modality you call performance-based rate. Mr. Chair, before we had EPIRA, ang ating pong modality is RORB. This is return on base rate, which is more practical because everything else is based on CAPEX. Kung ano po yung gastos ninyo, doon tayo kikita. Pero doon sa performance-based na po eh, kung ano lang pinlano nila, hindi pa po natin napatunayan kung talagang yung plano natupad. Doon na po natin ibe-base ang singil. Kaya ang taas-taas po eh. And we need to look into the system loss. Eh, magkano po yung system loss? Meralco, maybe 10%. Electric cooperatives, maybe 20%. Ang taas po. Bakit hindi po ito yung unahin natin? Why are we focusing our attention on the transmission, which is only 3%?
Thank you very much, Honorable Marcoleta. Ano po, napaganda ho ng inyong posisyon at inyong mga tanong.
Mr. Chairman.
Honorable
Mr. Chair, in the support, clarification, Mr. Chair.
Klaklaruhin lang po natin ito, ha. The Honorable Matibag.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Chairman, point of order. What are the rules of this committee in terms of there's a representative asking a question and using the time of another representative.
No. This is now, that's why I have to, I sought the permission of the Honorable Dan Fernandez. So it's now Dan Fernandez's time. So
And,
he agreed. That's also a question.
Representative
Yes.
Fernandez yielding.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Matibag.
Thank you,
Attorney
Mr.
Matibag, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And first of all, salamat po sa inyong imbitasyon at paumanhin na pangatlong beses ako naimbitahan. This is the first time that I attended this hearing. And I'm glad to be here. I'm here just a former president and now just a consumer at isa pong Pilipino. I was just listening to the report and the statement of President Almeida and the good lawyer of NGCP. I've heard that report long time ago. That's the same things that they've been saying na magtulungan tayo, magayos tayo. But let me share my experience when I was the president for 5 years. Wala po kaming pagkakataon na nakapasok at na tingnan man lamang ang mga pasilidad ng NGCP na pag-aari ng Trasco. Ngayon lamang po ako nakakita na kami yung may-ari ng bahay at gusto mong tingnan kung anong ginagawa sa bahay mo, hindi kayo pwedeng pumasok. I just like to remind everyone, pinag-uusapan natin dito, presyo, 3% ba, 10% ba, ganito yung binayaran. But more than that, this is something that should be a concern of everyone, and that is the national security and the national interest of our country. Alam niyo, nag-uusap-usap tayo, West Philippine Sea, may nakita tayong mga barko ng China na malalaki. Ito po, hindi na ito kailangan pumasok pa sapagkat nandito sila sa sistema mismo natin ng ating power grid. Nanonood po ako ng hearing ninyo, pinanood ko yung replay. Sinaga ko talagang panoorin. And I was struck by the question of the good Congressman Ace Barbers, which was followed by Congresswoman Luistro about the system, the SCADA system, which was replaced by NGCP when they assume. Yung pong existing na mga ano dyan, na mga equipment is General Electric noon, tsaka ABB. Ngayon, pinalitan nila ng NARI. Hindi po kailangang itanong kung may pumasok na armado, terorista. Simple lang po ang tanong ko kay Engineer Clark. Ano ba yung NARI? Proprietary ba yan? Alam nyo ba yung source code? I will make an example para maintindihan po ng publiko. Cellphone. Lahat tayo may cellphone, di po ba? Hardware. This is Apple, iPhone. Anong software? iOS, di ba? Pag nakalimutan mo po, Mr. Chairman, yung password ng iyong cellphone, hindi ba pwede kang mag-message, forgot password, ipapaalala sa'yo? Ibig bang sabihin, yung SCADA ba na ginather, yung mga data ng ating power grid, hindi ba nakikita ng China? 3 control, walang single red button. There was already an incident na nagkaproblema ang power grid natin. It was resolved remotely. Twice already na nangyari. So ano ibig sabihin nito? Remotely pwedeng gawin. Hindi po totoo. Magaling si Engineer Clark, alam ko, na-research ko yung background niya yung sa mga yung mga performance doon. Pero ang tanong, do you know the source code? Proprietary yan eh. When we made the research, when we made the presentation doon sa Senado, lumabas that NARI is a state-owned company na used by a military. So nag-report kami niyan, December 2019. We were able to capture yung website nila. Yun yung pinipresent ni Congresswoman Luistro. Sabi ko, ito yung dokumentong binigay namin noon sa Senado. Nakita namin. Kiniklaim talaga nila na first overseas nila na paggamit na equipment at ng SCADA ang Pilipinas. Nung ni-raise namin yung issue sa Senado, February, tingnan nyo ngayon sa website ng NARI kung nandun pa, wala na. But I have the screenshot already. So more than that. Now, yung question naman noon ni Congresswoman nung nanonood ako, Kimbo, the Honorable Congresswoman Kimbo, sinasabi natin 3%. Huwag natin pag-initan to. I yield to to those position of the honorable members. But hindi po 3% lang pinag-uusapan natin dito. The presentation of IMAP was very clear. Nakita nyo yung diferensya because of the delay. But even before that, there was the study done by Butuan, the power plan of Butuan. I'm sure the good chairman knows about this. Nang diferensya because of the delay of the project of Visayas-Mindanao connection, there is a price difference of 2 pesos compared to Luzon and Visayas. Ano pong basis dito? IPIRA law. Because under the IPIRA law, the WESM, bibilin nila yung excess ng generation. Wag po natin sisihin yung generation. Yung excess po ng generation, binibili ng WESM during peak, doon binibenta eh. Yung off-peak, binibili nila eh. Yun po yung totoo niyan. Bakit wala sa Mindanao? Dahil ang requirement is there should be an interconnection before magkaroon ng WESM sa Mindanao. Kaya yung presentation ng IMAP na bumaba because there's already interconnected. Bakit? Because under the IPIRA law, ang sabi ng IPIRA law, bibilhin nga. Ano ang nangyari sa Mindanao? Fully contracted. Yung mga excess kailangan bilhin ng electric cooperatives. So, sino nagbabayad? Tayo po, ng mga consumers. So, may I make an appeal, Mr. Chair? Huwag na sabihin, 3% lang yan. Segment lang ang NGCP. I must remind everyone, the only natural monopoly in the entire energy sector and the entire business sa Pilipinas is transmission. Napakarami po yan. Alam niyo po, naririnig ko sa news yung tinitira po kayo sa Kongreso, 777. Alam niyo, mas maganda pong sagot na 77 na pag-uusapan. Yung 7 na violation sa concession agreement ng NGCP, yung 7 po na violation ng national security ng NGCP, at yung 7 po na abuse nila as to the financial status ng government natin. Paano natamaan? Bakit nalugi tayo? Ang ganda po ng opening statement ni Mr. Almeda. Binili namin to ng per square. Pero pag binilikan po natin, it violates the IPIRA law. Because under the IPIRA law, dapat maximum value makuha mo eh. That is in the implementing rules ng IPIRA law natin eh. Hindi natin nakuha yung maximum value. Katunayan, we are losing. During the time of Transco, sinisisi natin Transco, delay, ganito, ganyan, kaya natin binigay. Doon pa rin yung delay eh.
Mr. Chair, point of clarification. My clarification is, Transco rin na nagpabid nito eh. Kayo rin, di ba?
Hindi po.
No, yes or no?
Pisam po.
Pisam, because according to the IPIRA law, a cornerstone of IPIRA law was the privatization of the Transco transferring management of the national grid to private operators who could bring efficiency, innovation, and capital investment. So, joint kayo ng Transco and Pisam who bidded this in 2007 as ito po, clear.
Tama po, Mr. Chair. Unfortunately, Attorney Matibag was not part of Transco at that time.
But,
Because if I was there at that time, I will not allow it.
Yes, but let us be clear, Attorney Matibag. So, before you answer
May I
the
reclaim
question-
my time, Mr. Chairman?
Are you done with your...
Well,
Are you done?
alam nyo, hindi ho tayo matatapos kung gusto nyo.
Oo.
Meron pa po sana kung gustong idagdag.
Mr. Chairman, Mr.
I said
Chairman.
there is 777.
Mr.
na
Chair.
violation nila.
Okay,
Mr.
thank
Chair.
you very much, Honorable Attorney
So
Matibag.
I'll just wrap up,
Mr.
Mr.
Yes, I will give you 2
Mr.
minutes
Chair.
to wrap up.
Ito kasi yung
Hindi lang
problema,
po.
tinawag niyo po ako rito, nananahimik na ako eh.
Okay.
Kaya nabuksan yung ganito eh. Ako po hindi nagre-represent ng tao,
Okay.
bayan na po yung pinag-uusapan dito. In fact, I was a victim of mga white paper and everything during that time. Pero ngayon, wala namang maakusa sa akin ako ipagkakakitaan ko to, kung ano man. So, I can speak freely. I'm speaking as a public now. I'm speaking for the Filipino people when we are singing the national anthem. Hindi tayo papayag, di ba? Huwag tayo magpapapi. Hindi na tayo kailangang sakupin. They are there in their system. Because ibinenta natin. Let me cite this. Tama po yung sinasabi nyo. I was very happy last week to find out, to read the news from Reuters. Alam nyo po ba ang ginawa ng United Kingdom? Na dati ang nagpapatakbo rin ay China yung
Mr. Chair, I think
private
malayo na
company.
yung ano niya, Mr. Chair eh.
Hindi po malayo
So,
yun.
because the question is direct kanina eh.
Dali lang. There's I asked him to wrap up. Please wrap up so we can go back to the Honorable Dan Fernandez.
Privately owned ang transmission ng UK noon. I was redeemed because noong 2017 we're already pushing na dapat government at least the systems operation. Kasi this is include national security. Hindi po ito malayo. In fact, isa pang news, tinanggal ng UK ang NARI system for the same reason that I am saying now. Kung ilalayo natin, sasabihin natin, hindi na tayo Pilipino nito. Pinagbalit na natin ng 30, para pinagbenta na natin sa pilak yung ating bansa.
Thank you very much, Attorney. Pero you will agree, Attorney Matipag, that nung nagkabentahan, Transco was also part of that sale kasama.
It was Pisamo was under it.
But you were not the president.
Maybe we can ask.
Yeah, but you were not the president.
I was not the president, but
But, you know,
somebody in the room can answer it because
Yeah.
Attorney Alabanza was part of Pisamo.
Okay, we will discuss that later.
Mr. Chair.
We will now give it back to the Honorable Dan Fernandez.
Mr. Chair, point
Ng clarification and point of information. And hindi po naman natin dinedepensa ang Transco. But tama po si Congressman Marcoleta that we have to follow kung ano sinasabi ng ating pong EPIRA. And specifically, EPIRA law, binabanggit po yan sa Section 34F. Para po i-determine yung pong rate base, no? Transco and distribution utility, ang sinasabi, shall not be allowed to include management inefficiencies like cost of project delays. And that's the reason why Transco, binabanggit po nila yung mga delays ng mga project.
Okay.
And it is the right of the Transco na sabihin po sa atin, ano itong mga proyekto na nadidelay po. And that's the reason why sinusuportahan po ng EPIRA law under Section 34F that the management inefficiencies and cost of the project delays must be considered and must be updated by the Transco.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dan Fernandez. You're here to solve problems. You're here to help solve these problems. And of course, a lot of questions will be asked later because of the presentation made. But I just would like to ask one question. Regardless of the percentage, because you claim it's 3%, in last week's hearing, some members have said it was 10% effective because of the delay of transmission. Kasi alam po ninyo, ang GENCO, marami. Ang DU, marami. Pero ang grid, ang highway, iisa. Kayo lang po yan. Kaya ang focus sa inyo eh. Kasi kayo ho yung nag-iisa ron eh. Okay? At ang sinasabi nila, and I will have to, and I'm sure the Honorable President De Jesus will admit in the previous hearings of all the DUs na nagre-request ho ng mga franchise renewal, ang lagi ho nilang tinuturo, NGCP. Kaya daw, because of the delay, it's not only 2%. Mas mataas ang effective rate na maapektuhan ang presyo ng kuryente. Now, pwede po ba ako magtanong? Isang tanong lang, Ms. Almeida. Andito man po kayo para magbigay ng solusyon. Paano ho natin mabababa ang kuryente sa ating bansa?
Maybe all the energy family has to work together to put the prices down. Kasi if we're 3%, we have to talk also to the 97%, Mr. Chairman. So 100% of the whole energy family should discuss and talk. Kami naman on the 3% as the highway will be here. Mr. Chairman, the most important thing here is maybe we can do energy planning as a whole from transmission, generation, and distribution on where to put our plants para we as transmission know where to go. Hindi ho kami yung naghahabol po sa, kunwari, sa pataas, pababa, pa-left, pa-right. So that it would be also more viable and consistent also on the timeline. Because we have issues also, of course, on the right-of-ways when we pass through. And in any other businesses then po, Mr. Chairman, those are the issues. And issues on permits and everything. Although DOE has been helping us out also on our to-do list on permits. But as a whole, as an energy family, to put the price down, all the sectors has to talk together and put the 97% and the 3% has to work together and work on the price scheme on putting the price down. So, Mr. Chairman, it's a holistic plan. It's just not only as transmission.
But you will have to admit that you're part of that plan. I mean,
Yes,
if,
of course,
if you don't cooperate and
yes,
the
Mr. Chairman.
raise,
Yeah.
as presented earlier,
Yes.
you're only 30% compliant.
Yes.
You have a 70% backlog.
Yes.
As they presented earlier. From 250, you've only done
75?
Yeah,
Yeah.
75. So you're like you have a backlog of around 70%.
Yeah. Can I? Yeah.
And
yes.
do you agree that this will cost an increase?
Yeah. Mr. Chairman, we'd like to validate that number also, and we'd like to look the figures that was presented by Transco. Because as far as I'm concerned, there are a number of backlogs also on the approvals that we need. Remember, we're a regulated company, so we need also approvals on all those regulations also. Although, if it is a shortcomings of NGCP, I would admit it right now as the CEO here. But of course, I'd like to look at the numbers also and validate the numbers also. Mr. Chairman, yeah. if
So
that's
you
okay.
confirm that indeed the delays could also bring the prices up?
I haven't worked on that. Yeah, Mr. Chair.
Mr.
Yeah.
Chairman, may I be
Yes.
recognized?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr.
Mr.
Sagayo.
Paul Sagayo Jr.
Yes,
here
please.
from
Please,
NGCP. Thank
Sir
you.
Paul, yes.
Thank you. In the interest of fair play and due process, if I may, Mr. Chairman, this is the first time that we had been seeing all the presentation materials of Transco and IMAP. May we just be given 7 days from today to consult with our consultants, and we will submit the necessary comments. And also, Mr. Chairman, I would just want to, as our President mentioned, we are part of the energy family. And as Congressman Marcoleta mentioned, we are just 3% in the total energy bill. We want to assure this body that when we took over the transmission system, transmission charges had gone down. And before I end, I would like to inform this honorable body that Transco, PISAM, and NGCP entered into a concession agreement. Under 2.01 of the concession agreement, it is clearly provided that Transco has no regulatory powers over NGCP. Just a gentle reminder. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paul Sagayo.
Mr.
Honorable
Chairman,
Dan
Mr.
Fernandez,
Chairman,
you have now the floor. You're the next.
Sakto.
interpelator.
I just wanted to have
Honorable Dan
a...
Fernandez is recognized.
At don't worry, Mr. Matibag, welcome to the club. Yung mga na-experience mo, hindi lang ikaw nakaka-experience, pati ako. And going back to what you were saying a while ago, darating tayo dyan.